It's a health situation here. A case of human-to-human transfer of bird flu has been discovered. And governments across the world, in conjunction with the International Health Organization, have called for an immediate worldwide quarantine while they take emergency steps to contain the possibility of a pandemic. Everyone that is indoors is to remain where they are until further notice, and those outdoors are advised to get indoors within the next 2 hours.
Hello, yeah. Where are you now? Okay, have you heard? Okay.
Obviously, this is an unusual situation for us, and journalists don't like having no idea of what is going to happen. And we can't go out scouting for stories like we usually do. But we have to remain calm and do our jobs. At least we know more than most people who are stuck in their homes. And in every situation, there's a story. And it is our responsibility to tell the stories to our viewers. What do we have?
Well, we have to give a story one way or the other. People are panicking. They're stuck in their homes, and in traffic, and in all sorts of other places, not knowing how long the quarantine will last. We have to give a story one way or the other.
Well, we have to find everything we can about bird flu, its origin, how it is transferred. And obviously, we can't bring in experts into the studios to talk about the virus. But let's explore the possibility of calling them on the phone.
Okay. By the way, hi, Shola. How is she taking it? I'm sure she would like to know when we can leave here.
I have no idea. But while we're here, we have to give the news.
Obi, are you okay?
I am. Well, can you just imagine all this?
Yeah, you know what? This might be the biggest story of our lives.
Governments all around the world are asking their citizens to remain indoors and keep calm while awaiting further development. They reiterate that this action is being taken in the interest of everyone. Here in Nigeria, all airports are being shut down, borders closed, and the police are out on patrol to ensure the safety and compliance of citizens. This new and unexpected development has led to the disruption of several activities planned for the evening, most prominent of which is the long-awaited presidential debate. As the night progresses and events unfold, we will be bringing you as many reports as we can from different parts of the country, so please stay tuned.
Why aren't we trying to get out of this place now?
What would be the point? Have you seen anyone trying to leave?
Well, that is not the only exit. There may be some other... There may be a back door that everybody must have forgotten about. Let me just go and check.
I don't think we should do that.
Oh, I just had a feeling we're going to say that.
In fact, I think we should be doing a lot more than just standing around. There must be something we can do to control the situation.
Something like what?
Well, clearly someone needs to let these people know that the best thing we can do right now is calm down and be seated.
Finally, it's ringing.
Yeah. I don't like the look of this. Personally, I don't know what the problem is.
Madam, are you still going back in there? Why don't you sit down and think about this situation rather than acting rashly?
Exactly.
You can go and sit down if you want. I'm going home to meet my family.
Madam, this thing is getting out of hand.
This Boma woman is at it again. She must think she's already president. She thinks she can do everything.
I don't see the reason for all this. There's absolutely no reason for all this. At least she's doing something.
What's she doing? They're not even listening to her, so what's the point?
Is anybody thinking what I'm thinking? We are here for a reason. Does the word debate ring a bell? How can you even think of a debate at a time like this? The debate is all I've thought of for the past 1 week. I've killed myself prepping for it. It's obvious that we're not leaving this place. Since we are stuck here, I don't see any reason why I should hold the debate. I smell a sabotage. I suspect Faladi. Yes, he tried to handpick the moderator. I'm sure he has taken his plans to the next level.
I'm going over to see her. See who? Boma, will you please come with me?
What do you think they're saying?
Is she bringing him here? What for?
I don't know about this, man. I don't.
Look, children, be nice. Be nice, okay?
People, meet Mr. Badung. He has offered to consolidate our efforts to try and restore peace and calm into this place.
I'm pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you too. See? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Welcome back. We're still bringing you updates on the situation. In just under 15 minutes, we'll be bringing you the President's live address to the nation. Right now, we're linking up with our reporters, Tari Pebble and Obi Chikelu, who were at the venue where the debate was supposed to hold.
Yes, Shola. I am here at the studio where the much-anticipated presidential debate was to hold. Right now, the plans and platforms of the 5 candidates seem to be the last things on the mind of the people in this hall. At the moment, everyone is waiting to see how the situation will turn out to be.
And what are the presidential candidates doing right now?
Boma Pepple had already tried to make an attempt of talking to the people and calming them down, but they did not listen. But it seems to be that she has not relented in this act. She has even formed an alliance with presidential candidate Umar Badung, and they are, at the moment, right now, seeing and finding a solution to keeping the people calm in the studio. What is left to see and what is left in the minds of the people is to see how this situation will turn out to be.
Thank you, Tari, for that report. We'll take you back to the venue of the debate later in the evening. In just a few minutes, we'll be taking you live to Aso Rock for the President's address to the nation. Right now, we have with us via the telephone one of our Action News reporters, Jerry Osifo, who was at the Just Main Market when the quarantine was announced. And in the ensuing panic, Jerry was able to find shelter with one of the local families, the Dazongs, and he reports to us from their home. Jerry, are you there?
So what happened?
We're going to be working with Boma's team to try and get things under control. If we can't get a room with 120 people to listen to us, then how do we plan to rule 120 million people?
Well, Umar, when you say work with Boma's team,
I mean work with. Right now, I think we should go over and meet them, introduce ourselves.
I hope you know we're running against these people for office.
I am very aware of that. But right now, we have a problem before us, and we have to deal with that. So Boma and her people are not the enemy, okay? We're on the same team.
I know we all have a responsibility to our respective parties, and that is why we feel we need to be suspicious of one another. But please, we also have a responsibility to our country and to ourselves.
It's bad enough hearing her on TV all the time. Now I have to put up with her face to face.
I wonder who she's campaigning to. We already know who her votes are going to.
So we have to act on that right now. Mr. Badung and I are going to talk to the people. The rest of you can help by speaking to them one-on-one, you know, and getting them to calm down and be seated.
These people don't look like they're ready to calm down to me.
I think we should make introductions so that we all know who we're dealing with.
What am I supposed to say to these people when I feel like collapsing and screaming myself?
Hey, come on, calm down. We all feel like losing our minds sometimes. But you see, the real test of strength and character comes when you ignore your own desires and help other people out, okay?
I think we should look for a chair or a table or something like that to break down that door. By the time they see us running towards that door with a chair or table, all the security will clear road.
Calm down, please. Thank you very much for giving me, us, your time. After all, who am I to make you listen to me? The president? Anyway, we're not going to stand here and pretend like we have all the answers. No one does. Not even the president himself. But anyone who is ruling 120 million people tries their best not to act rashly. They consider options. They talk to advisors. For our president to insist that the entire country remain indoors till further notice, he must have a good reason. Rather than standing here and acting rashly, violently, with anger, I suggest that we take a different path. Let us get all the information that we can and see what we are dealing with here. I know that all of us are scared and frightened, and we don't know how to handle this news that we have received. A lot of us here are worried about our families. I am also worried about my family. But tell me, what good will it do our loved ones if every one of us is running out there, exposing ourselves to harm and danger, either from the virus or from the police? when we know that we are all safe here?
I don't know all the details, but I do know that according to news, this situation is not peculiar to Nigeria. The International Health Organization has asked countries worldwide to issue this quarantine because for the first time, a case of human-to-human transfer of bird flu has been discovered. So they want to contain it and prevent it from spreading beyond control. So you can see that it is even for your own interests.
But can they stop it? Have they not been trying for years to stop it? Are we all going to just sit in here waiting for how many years for them to find a cure?
Well, we are not sure what the position is, but we do know that the International Health Organization is working very hard on getting things in order. And as soon as the president addresses the country, a lot of these questions will be answered.
Because me, I have to get home to my children. Will they not eat this night? I don't know where my husband is. I can't even get through to him on phone.
I understand your worry. My children are at home alone too. But if I decide to go out now, where am I running to? I can't fly, I can't drive, and the police will stop me. And I'll just end up creating more worry for my family. At least if I stay here, they know where I am and they know I'm safe.
I think the president's address is about to start.
We now bring you the presidential address to the nation, to the world quarantine that was announced 30 minutes ago. That was the presidential address in which the president made clear to a certain extent just what the situation is. Now, to reiterate the president's speech, the quarantine was declared to give countries enough time to put in place adequate measures to control a pandemic. Health officials are currently being equipped to be deployed around the country to handle the situation. Once all this is done, tests will be carried out and those found to be infected will be given whatever treatment is available. The president went on to assure the people of Nigeria that everything being done right now is for their own good. He enjoined Nigerians to cooperate with the health officials and asked them to be calm and have faith.
Well, we have heard what the president has to say, and it seems like we're going to be here for a while. So we need to start thinking about what we're going to do. Thank you so much for your help, Mr. Badoon.
I was very glad to do it.
Alice, don't you think Mr. Badoon and I make a great team?
Well, yes, as long as it's temporary. Thank you very much.
In other news, the children at Iroti Children's Hospital are presently without access to food or medicine. A nurse at the hospital that called our station has pleaded with the authorities to find a way to help these children. At 3 a.m. this morning, a pregnant woman, Mrs. Achibong, resident in the Mushin area of Lagos, was reported to have gone into labor in her home. She was assisted by her neighbors and delivered a healthy baby boy an hour later. Meanwhile, workers in various parts of the state will remain trapped in their offices. The local chapter of the International Health Organization has made an appeal to Nigerians to support their fellow Nigerians in the way they can. They are requesting donations of food supplies which will be given to people who presently have no food in their homes.
Ah, Mr. Faladay.
Good work, keeping the people in check.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Imagine him opening his teeth to say good evening after him and his boys tried to frame Umar.
Well, technically, it wasn't him that tried to frame Umar, it was Dangaskia.
Whose side are you on?
Our side.
That is one ultra fine honey.
She is?
Oh, yeah. Maybe you could do some, some introduction. Tell her, put in a good word for me in there. Tell her what a nice guy I am.
Shehu, I can't believe you're thinking of getting your groove on in a situation like this.
Oh, I'm just talking about laying a little foundation, doing some groundwork. Besides, who knows how long we're going to be stuck in here. I need to make as many friends as possible.
And the fact that she's in a rival team is a non-issue for you?
There is life after election day, for lighting up.
Well, she's older than you, and in fact, she's not in your league.
My league?
Yes.
What league is that?
The League of Potential Blackmailers who quote Immanuel Kant.
You know you have a problem.
So get hold of yourself.
You really have a problem.
So do you.
The current situation in the hall has changed from what it was 30 minutes ago. What earlier seemed to be like a potential state of chaos has considerably calmed down after two presidential candidates, Umar Badung and Boma Pepo, took to the podium and addressed the people. And the people are relatively quiet.
Those poor children in that Iranti hospital, I want to believe that rather than just sitting around and waiting for the authorities to get help to them, people can come up with solutions, you know?
As you can see, the people here are seated and interacting with themselves. They have come to accept the fact that they cannot leave the building, at least for now. So they have decided to occupy themselves by doing something.
Why did you ask me if I'm sure? Young man, I know what I'm talking about. And if you know what is good for you, you listen to me.
Hello. I am sure you know the face. Bassi C. Bassi, running for president. If you need anything while we are all stuck in here, anything at all, just don't hesitate. Call on me, okay?
Thank you. Have we met before?
I don't think so.
I wonder why. After all, you're the campaign manager of one of my strongest rivals. Have you been avoiding me?
Of course not. Why should I? I'm not intimidated by you.
I know you're not. So, tell me, why do you think that what Umar Badung has to offer is what Nigeria needs more than what I have to offer?
I think it's too late to get me to vote for you.
You're a smart young man. You remind me of someone. It's a pity you're not working for the winning team.
Now I've seen everything. Ajala is actually talking to Boma Pepo.
The way he's chatting with her, I hope Ajala does not forget himself.
It's 11:30. People are starting to get hungry.
You mean you are getting hungry?
Well, there's something to eat. We just have to make sure everybody gets enough and it goes round.
Yeah.
Abdullahi? Okay. Well, I'll call again tomorrow morning to find out how you and the kids are faring. Yeah, first thing tomorrow morning. Good night, and sleep fine, darling.
You again? First, you tried to bully me to come to the debate. Now, you think you can force me to stay against my will. What is your issue with me?
The International Health Organization states that the swift response of Nigerians to the appeals of those stranded without supplies has been inspiring and highly commendable.
Nobody will force you to stay, sir. You even have your soldiers to make sure of that. But imagine how people here will feel if you leave. If one presidential candidate leaves here now, it will hurt morale. People will not take such double standards like that lying down.
That is their problem. My own problem is my son.
What is wrong with your son?
Oh, so you don't know? I thought you knew everything. My son is injured. Got injured in the stampede at the hotel. He's bleeding. He can't get to the hospital because of this situation. I have to guard my wife. It's useless in the crisis. I have to get to them.
But how are you sure you'll be able to get there? You know, I know you can organize escort for yourself, but we're in strange circumstances. Besides, you don't even know what is waiting for you out there.
Do you expect me to do just nothing?
There are a number of things you can do. If your wife is in the hotel, maybe she can try and find out if there's a doctor or a nurse in the hotel. Has she done that? Well, I can call my wife. You know, my wife is a doctor. I can put her on with your wife, and even on phone, she can put your wife through the procedures of handling an emergency.
Restaurants and fast food eateries have supplied people with food, but they're not the only ones who did. Thousands of Nigerians have put out foodstuff by their doorsteps for health officials to pick up and give to people in need. This is in spite of the fact that no one knows for sure how long the restriction and movement will last. Health officials state that the children at Iranti Children's Hospital have been provided food and fresh clothing.
You gotta be kidding me.
Power cut? No, we were on generator all this time. I hope nothing has gone wrong.
Oh, man.
I am sick and tired of this bed flu. I'm going home.
If you want to blame someone, blame the North for the spread of the disease in Nigeria. Is that not why they found it first? Why did they not handle it properly to prevent it from spreading?
Just because the disease was first discovered in the North doesn't mean that it didn't exist in the South.
You can say anything you want. The fact is that if the military had been in power that time, the situation would have been handled with the discipline it requires. This avian virus, if it breaks out, can be worse than the black plague. The solution is simple. Visit every single poultry farm. Close them down. Don't wait till any international nobody tells you to do it.